So we're
Mm.
actually back on live now again, and
Woohoo!
we'll be
Picture,
we'll
picture,
be.
picture.
Am I taking a
One.
picture? Wait,
Me,
wait.
I'm taking a
Okay,
picture. I'm taking a
okay,
picture.
okay. 1, 2, 3. Ang babaw natin. Okay. Anyway, so since we're all here, and um we are of many degrees, all readers actually. Okay, maybe not. If you're not a writer, I know for sure we're all readers, right? Can agree.
Yes.
So, okay, since I have all of you guys together, can you introduce yourselves? Say what you do for a living, really, and then can you give us one thing to read now in this pandemic? One
One
thing
thing
you
to
think
read.
people
Oh,
should read in this
As a
pandemic?
that's a
recommendation.
hard question.
Yeah, like a recommendation. Or read, or look at, or experience, or listen to, or watch.
Mm.
Just something beautiful. Because this is all I've been doing whenever I ask people to is experience something beautiful. What can you recommend?
Maybe you can start, Ning. What made you continue to do this?
Uh without revealing much of my real life. it was a
I mean, up
breath
to you.
it was a breath of fresh air from what I do for a living.
Mm.
Um and I honestly, and I have to admit, a lot of it is actually the performance, which Missy picked up on. She knows I enjoyed the performance. Yeah, yun lang.
Mm.
So it's that. Um, yeah, it became
And you
that.
write poetry, and you were a teacher.
Yeah, but there's something about beautiful words in your mouth.
Mhm.
Because
I
this,
know.
honestly, this time is not the time to write for me. I cannot write.
Yeah, same here.
'Di ba? Teka, ang ingay ng Viber ko ah.
Busy. Social.
Social ako eh. But it's,
Why can't you write?
I don't know. Maybe I haven't tried, but I haven't felt like it. Um, Actually, can't do anything. I also have a hard time reading right now. Anything I pick up, I just can't get into, except a little poetry. And it helps that they're short, and it helps that this guy. I've had this book for a while. Shbeknev Herbert. Uh, is a political poet. Is known as a political poet. So parang is the right time to read it. But otherwise, I've not been able to do anything.
so
Um,
is that a recommendation to read Zbig? How do you pronounce his name? Zbigniew Herb. Why is Herbert so easy to say? And Zbigniew
yeah,
na.
but Shbeknev Herbert,
Yes,
actually.
Shebeknev. Okay, okay.
Shbeknev.
Okay.
So sige, papakilala na rin ako. So ako po si Exie Abol.
Yes.
Nagtuturo sa Ateneo de Manila University.
In
I
Tagalog
teach,
talaga XC, ano?
sorry, to our foreign friends. I teach at the Ateneo de Manila University. I teach English and creative writing. Uh, I also write when I can. Um, so something to read. And that's the reading recommendation. Something I've found that draws me right now is classical
Mag-Tagalog
music.
ka ulit, Exie. Maganda ka lang mag-Tagalog.
Nashy ako. Isang,
Sige, ako yung magtatagalog. Sige kayo.
pwede ka mag-Cebuano.
So what is it, X? What were you recommending?
Yeah, actually, I had an emotional Holy Week. Nung Good Friday,
What
I was
happened?
just sitting in the living room looking at YouTube videos of these different orchestras around the world making these videos of people playing at home, then putting it all together. Na nakakatuwa. Then I came across I think Rotterdam Philharmonic, and they played the Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Ninth. And simula pa lang, I started crying. And I couldn't stop. Then I think I realized how, because I thought I've been cool throughout this whole quarantine. I think that was when I realized how how anxious and how burdened I'd been all this time, and had not found a way to express it. And this thing that really just stumbled upon, um, hit me in a way and in a place that I guess words
Could not.
don't reach or have a hard time reaching. Ayun po.
So is it Ode to Joy? So look for Ode to Joy and listen to it.
Dun,
Or is it?
dun,
Ano
dun,
tawag sa
dun,
kanya?
dun, 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 dun.
Opera.
Not doing it
Yeah,
justice.
that's the ode to joy. Oh.
But there is a lot
Anyway.
there are a lot of orchestral performances that are, yeah.
Mhm.
Who wants to go next? Can you still stay, Exy? Or do you have to go na for your meeting? May meeting kasi siya ng 9:30.
Actually, mga 10 more minutes. Sige, okay pa.
Okay. Who wants to go
This is
next?
fun, so I'm staying.
Who wants to go next? Fabes?
Sige. So, actually, I work for an energy company, a power generation company. That's my day job. Um, my suggestion is during this time, you can read something or watch a movie, but for me, what I found rewarding is to do things which is precisely not what I've always wanted to do, but I've never had the time for. So we always prioritize different things. And I think now some of us have a little bit more time. So if you have that extra time, you should put it on things exactly which you never really did.
Like
So
what?
personally, I've spent a lot of time watching. I've spent a lot of time with the French language during this group. I've always wanted to learn languages more, but it's always been pasundot-sundot lang. And then now I've sort of spent a lot more time. And I've also started drawing, like doing online drawing courses. And it's like something I've wanted to do, but I just never did. So because I think now uh, it's like the deal has changed. No, the status quo has changed. So our lives have sort of shrunk in some ways. It's a good time to sort of like open up the sheet and open up all of the parts of yourself which had been because of time space considerations had never been aired out, and that's what you should make yourself a little bigger in that way.
Yeah.
And I think it's if you can, I think it's a good thing to just do different things and kind of ride. I think it's hard to write because you can't really put your thoughts down.
Yeah.
You can't because you have your old structures, you know. So actually, I was talking to a friend yesterday about falling asleep and my thoughts, and I thought, you know what, rather than outline it, bullet point it, think about what it means, I was just driving it like a wave. If you're in a rush to get back to your ship, you're not gonna survive. You have to just ride the waves. Don't get on the surfboard just yet. Don't fight the current just yet. Just ride the wave and try to see where you get. So that's kind of how I've been thinking about my thoughts. So I really told friends, like in week one, we're not going to be the same people after this is done. And don't be too worried about that because it's also really an opportunity. You're going to be a different person when this is done. And hopefully it's a person you like. Diba? You're going to be different. And hopefully you've kind of made the decision to be right. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've had time. I'm lucky because I've had time. I can stay in one place and I'm secure,
Yeah.
and I can do things and I'm not taking care of old
People.
folks or
Yeah.
children. So I'm okay.
Anyone else? Wow, I feel like a teacher. Who's
Oo nga
next?
eh.
See, I told you this is really what it was. It was just me missing teaching, actually. Lar, Dre, Missy?
Ako, I don't have a strong recommendation yet in terms of like a book to read.
1 week in ka pa lang, eh.
Yeah. I mean, my impulse is to just like, if you haven't picked up a book in a while,
Pick one up.
this is the time. There's so much time to do so. Um, I don't know. I felt like I've been feeling like um I don't know, this kind of like sudden stillness, this kind of disruption of the routine. Parang it made me realize like the world has distracted me from myself. Um,
Wow.
this time, like I just suddenly felt like, oh, the world has distracted me from myself all this time. And now that there's less, that now that the world is not there, you know, um, it made me think about, oh, it might be possible to hear oneself again. And I said it earlier when we were talking. That I don't know. It's been the general feeling that the world has distracted us from either what we should be doing
Yeah.
or who we are. And that's I'm still entering it. I'm sure I will be horrified one more week from now. Because my many selves are gonna all come out, and it's gonna be a party here in this little room. But that's I think the risk of
Oh,
that's the risk of being with oneself. I think,
we'll do
and
it
that's
again
why I
next
think
week.
we're afraid. We're
Yeah,
afraid to be
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
ourselves because all those versions of ourselves are coming out. Yeah. So
I think Dre and Missy can actually
so
say.
not Dre and then
Yeah,
Missy.
because Dre and Missy have been alone then. Dre?
Um, yeah, I'm going to sound like either the sanest or the craziest person
Oh,
because
what a choice.
because I've actually maybe the past 3 years or something have either realized I'm an actual hermit or have come to my hermit self. And so, and I've also been quite long in this lockdown. Like this is day 42
Yeah.
or something like that. Because I had a cough like
I'm
4 or
I'm
5
here lang
days
ha.
ago.
But I'll be
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, and I self quarantined, and then the lockdown happened. Um, and so, but for me, actually maintaining the routine of like say doing the work 9 to 5 or and then stopping at 5 or 6 and also keeping the weekends. I actually applied for like 2 days extra holiday over the Holy Week, and everybody, my boss thought I was crazy. But yeah, I mean, like for me, I think working from home for those of us who are lucky enough to keep our jobs during this time, it can easily bleed into our life, and that's already happening even without this pandemic. The myth of work life balance, and as Larry said, I feel like this whole that if Larry said the world distracted him from himself, I feel that collectively it's been distracting us from our own well-being. And I think that this is a time to kind of take back a little bit of that well-being, and whatever that is, no, and whatever works for you. And so for me, for example, me, I think I'm an addictive person, so I would never watch a series on Netflix during, like, say, the normal non-pandemic times, because I would always be afraid of, I'll never go to work. I'll just watch one season after another, after another, after another, starve to death or something like that. And or lose my job and starve to death. But now, actually, I'm not still watching series or any like TV shows. But what I do love in terms of the timing is that Netflix has started stocking up on Studio Ghibli movies, which I've
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
And so if you have not seen, I don't necessarily mean just Hayao Miyazaki stuff, but if you have not seen a Studio Ghibli, if you ever had any curiosity about Japanese, I was going to say Japanese poetry, and I don't mean Japanese poetry, but I do also mean Japanese poetics, maybe. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's like a lovely introduction to that. I'm not a fan of movies in general, but the staging of the animation is beautiful. The language is beautiful. Yeah, the English translation sometimes don't match, but who cares? I keep plugging myself. Yes, go watch Studio Ghibli movies on Netflix, and that's my recommendation.
Missy?
I'm a theater actor and director, and the irony of being a theater artist is you cannot watch other plays because you're always in the middle of a production. So ever since this pandemic happened and we all went on lockdown, so today is the 29th day, uh, and I've read 26 plays. So,
Wow.
so there's that. And I'm
Uh,
halfway through part 2 of Anna Karenina.
Whoa! That took me a whole semester to read. Yeah.
I do an hour every day while I'm on the jump rope, listening to the audiobook.
Audio.
And then-
Okay.
And then after I listen to the audiobook, I read the chapters I just heard. Kasi iba yung audiobook dun sa... This is a great translation. It's an awesome translation. And then there...
Missy, who is the translator?
Vir Volokonsky.
Kirill Zinoviev and Jenny Hughes.
Ah, iba yan.
Okay.
And then... what else?
Grabe ka ha, to hear it and then to read it
Yeah.
while on the jump rope.
Yeah, I know. It's
Hindi
ako
mo-
nandun na pala ako sa jump
So
rope. Ayoko.
like
Hindi mo
listening
binanggit
to
ko na.
it while on the jump rope and then while reading it, are you doing like sit-ups or like pull-ups? Like,
He's making dinner
grabe.
while doing.
Yeah. No, because sometimes when you're listening to it, diba, you can imagine, diba, ganyan. Pero minsan parang, anyari? So I have to go back and like, wow. Okay, so but it's clear the imagery. I don't know. It's just different hearing and seeing.
No, I
Can,
totally
can,
agree.
can I interrupt? Can I interrupt? You forgot to mention that you're a full-time teacher in Ateneo. You're also a PhD student writing your dissertation while you are acting. So you make us all look bad.
I'm also
Yes.
watching Money Heist, and I'm on my
Make it-
second Korean telenovela.
And
I
she's
first
making
watched-
tiramisu. That's all I can say.
I finished Chloe. I'm midway through Goblin. I have learned to make tiramisu.
Kadire. Kadire.
Yeah.
Buti na lang
oh,
magkaibigan tayo.
Missy
So,
making all of us look bad.
no,
How are you, Missy? Parang I'm wondering, like this lockdown thing must be particularly hard for performers, you know, or people. I don't know. Like, are you feeling I don't know. How do you know, like how do performers deal with this? And not just in a career way, ha? Yung parang just you
So I-
performers need people, and like
that's why
you know.
that's why I've read 28 plays because I've organized. I have 2-3 Zoom meetings every day to read a play, like 2 to 3 plays a day. Ganyan. So you know, there was a time I had to take a break because I was getting exhausted. And I've read like some of the plays I had to read again with a different set of people just to really enjoy it. Because we need to stay connected. And then there's improv with Spit, and we're developing new forms using this whole thing. Because nga, we're such freaking extroverts and we need to be connected. And, you know, this isolation is driving us nuts. And it killed our babies, essentially. And we
Yeah,
just
the
refuse.
place, yeah.
So while the filmmakers are thinking of, you know, kasi when you're a filmmaker, you're so good at, you know, manipulating the thing na now you have to step back and kind of think, okay, how are we going to manipulate this? So sila, while they're thinking, come we're just jumping in and like, yeah, let's do whatever, right? So as not to crazy or die. But thank you.
But yeah, that does make sense. I mean, and I hope we're gonna see those plays you've read, Missy.
So some of them are just really for the sake of reading them. Some of them are projects long term. We can't make any real definite plans until this is all over and we know what the new normal is. Just like Larry said, we're going to come out of here different people, right? So even in the theater industry, I don't think people will be raring to go back and
To the
close
play. Yeah.
theaters, right? So, yeah.
Ako, I've resolved I will attend more live performances.
Just because.
I'm I I want it. I, I might weep the first time I hear live music.
And you're actually there, no?
Di
It's
ba?
right in front
Oh
of
my
you.
God, that would
Oo, di
actually
ba?
really just
If I hear somebody
live
sing
orchestra na nga, you already
with a beautiful
I'd freak
voice,
out in
putang
the
ina, iiyak
overture.
ako.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, you know what would be
Eh,
moving? A musical. Oh my God.
You know what's a really
The next
next to
musical I
normal.
watch is gonna be nuts. Huh?
It's
Better be next
normal.
to normal if you don't watch it.
But yeah, I would think. I would think. I mean,
Yeah.
it's even just like uh what has what I realized is like you just like being able to ask someone, "Hey, let's go out, let's have dinner," or "Hey, can I go to your house?" Or it's
You
just
can
like,
announce anything.
yeah. Or, di ba? Kasi it's
Come
like,
back.
I'm so tired, I just want to go home, but now I don't like, I want to go out. I want to.
Mm.
The other thing I think also that this thing also brought out is, do you realize how much our lives depend on things we buy?
Things we
Sorry,
what?
Things we
things that we what?
buy. We buy.
Ah,
Mm.
Parang suddenly we're all like, oh my God, how am I going to, like your lives get, like your day can get taken over kasi, oh, I have to do a run to the drugstore or I have to go to the supermarket.
yeah.
And these are so minor before. Like, oh, okay, I'll just put it like an after. But
Oh.
today, now, with how things are, parang, and even
Ako,
when
there's
it's,
one day a week
yeah,
when I
and
do
you go,
when that takes up my whole day. In fact, I obsessed over it so much that there was a point about a week and a half ago. Dalawa yung ref namin, a big one and a small one. Punong-puno siya with cooked foods and food to cook. Pati yung freezers, punong-puno. I had to tell myself, okay, stop buying stuff. Kasi I'm deathly afraid of running out of food.
yeah.
Order
It's,
pala to.
oo,
Parang,
ng pagkain, specifically.
Order, pa-deliver, lalabas ako,
uh,
bibili, gano'n. Ang dami na pala. Punong-puno na.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, that's true though.
What I
I mean,
realized I really like being alone.
You what? You didn't realize what?
No, what I realized is I like being alone. I really enjoy it.
Dre
Maybe
is
because
nodding, oh.
say different people are gonna come out because I've been expelling all these different characters of myself on stage, like in the public eye. I'm like suddenly just with myself, and I'm like, "Hey, what you wanna do today?" Like, you know, sort of, ah,
Alam mo, at work earlier, I had scheduled like a 30-minute introductory meeting with like a prospective like partner. And it ended up becoming 2 hours. My day was absolutely ruined. Like I couldn't do anything now in the afternoon because I was like, that was too much people. That was for work, even through, not even face to face, but through digital technology. I was prepared for 30 minutes. It became 2 hours, and I was like,
okay.
I'm, yeah, wala na. I have no energy for anything else.
It's a great time to learn about boundaries. Said the person who has no boundaries.
You said it. Go, Ning. Yeah.
That's
so
actually
Ning, who are the other who are set to read in the coming days, or who are you thinking of
uh
inviting?
actually Dre is still reading. I think on IGTV, tama Dre, no? Missy and I will probably do a couple more. Actually, after this, if Missy is still awake, she still feels like it. We're gonna go on IG Live to be two silly people talking about love.
for
Exy,
the
yes, Exy is Exy and I promised that we would do something, so there's that pa. Fabian, I'm still waiting to start reading. Ina is still, Katrina Stewart Santiago is still reading. I'm still trying to get
That's
more
right.
people involved. So let's see.
Would it
Yeah,
help if we post sa Twitter then?
maybe. Sige. Kasi I actually do. I
Para
do post
kumalat.
the YouTube. Yeah, I want, even if you don't, it doesn't have to involve me or Exy. Just read. I mean, really, just read
Oh.
poetry. Read something that makes you happy, or read a letter if you want. But that's really it.
And then you're encouraged to just like video it and then post it in
Yes,
whatever
yes,
platform you're
please.
in.
And
Is that
then
Yeah.
just use the hashtag Poetry Against the Plague and add whatever hashtags you want. Just as long as we can find it, and maybe when all this is over, we could all get together or something. I don't know, actually. Parang there are
Yeah.
no big plans naman or anything. We just
Some
want.
people
Suddenly nabuhay ang Magnet Katipunan dahil sa po.
namimiss ko yung magnet ngayon. Dito.
Okay.
Uh, like ako, ginagawa ko, the video is just me reading the poem. Yung kay Anina, may banter sila ni Missy.
Yes.
So parang it's kind of like a podcast.
Yeah.
Tapos ako, I show the text of the poem, which you don't have to do. Si Ina doesn't do that. So, hindi naman kailangan. So, bahala ka. Diskarte mo.
Yeah. The whole point really is just share with someone or share with the world and experience it yourself. I think that's the important part then. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how I'm gonna wrap this up, but I guess thank you everyone. Let's see how many more
thank you
people
so
we
much
When are we
for
doing?
having us today.
When are we doing
Happy to
this
see
again? Because I
everybody.
enjoyed it.
sorry, yeah, we can
Yeah,
we'll just
we can do this again. Maybe
do
we
it.
can do several poems, several short ones, or
Yeah.
kagaya nung ginawa natin, one really long one.
But that's all of it. Yeah, and actually, yeah, with Missy, I think with Missy in the mix also, it'll be an interesting performance. You can see how tired Missy is now. We're all tired na. So maybe in a week or so. Wow, paano to? Are we a meeting? Is this a meeting? Hi, I'm Anina. I'm an
Just a group.
emotional alcoholic. Yeah.
Make a chat group.
Yeah.
A GC. Call it.
I want to eat fruit.
Let's read a play that's written in verse. Yeah.
So, I want to learn TikTok. Who of you Missy and looking at
Alis
Missy?
na ako. Alis na ako.
Non
Oh my god.
TikTok.
Pinag-usapan na yung TikTok. Alis na
On
ako.
TikTok. I want to
You know what? You know what? You want to get freaked out? Look for Carlo. Okay, sorry, gotta go. Let's see who's gonna go.
Okay, so I'll go off live and then we can keep talking. So can we just say bye to everyone? Where is my bye
Alright.
everyone? Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Thank you. Let's do this again.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
maybe
it
in a
very
week.
much.
Yes. All right. Bye guys. Thanks so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so I've stopped the live stream. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know what happened.
Bye.
Salamat din. This
I
is
gotta
fun.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I gotta go na.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Let's do this again.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let's do it
I'll make
again.
sure to
Nice
I'll make
to
sure to-
see you, Missy and Exy. I haven't
Nice to
seen
see you
you
again,
here.
Larry.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Funny lang.
Yun
Lard!
naman yun eh. So
Yeah, parang we have
you're
to...
you're joining Missy in a bit.
Yeah, she's just, I'll let her rest lang for a bit. And then, pero feeling ko, I'll look for the footage of the poem and then publish that also. Kasi parang nawala tayo eh. Lara, what a poem, ha? I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
It just...
No, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Grabe siya.
And then,
Maganda yung pagkasulat.
Yeah.
Matindi.
Tapos, napagod ka? Kumusta?
Hindi naman.
Okay. Wala. Sige, baka ayusin ko siya next time na mas ayos siya. Or baka hindi rin kailangan live. Kasi baka the live also just distracts us. We can just do this and then wait. I don't know eh. Kasi
I think it should be both. I
Yeah.
think for people who suddenly stumble onto it, it's always worth doing a live
Okay.
as long as you're recording everything and then you release it again. Like
Yeah.
ngayon, if you want to,
Yeah, I
like
probably will.
yeah,
Okay.
delete the recorded version. Yeah.
Crazy. Anyway, sige. Pahinga ka na. Kasi ako,
Yes, let's all rest.
yes. Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
Lar.
Evening.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye, bye-bye.